Hello, my name is Angela, and today I'm going to guide you through a gentle Hatha Yoga flow designed for people with hypothyroidism. This isn't a replacement for medical attention, so if you have concerns about your health, be sure to consult your doctor. Today you might want to have a pillow beside you or a bolster to put under your knees during Shavasana, our final resting pose. You also might like a blanket for Shavasana or an eye mask. And speaking of Shavasana, I cut it pretty short to make this video more accessible for people who only have time for a shorter practice, but if you want it to be longer, just pause the video when I say to pause it and rest for as long as you'd like. So with that, let's get started. Begin in a comfortable seated position, either on the ground, on a blanket, or on a mat. You can cross the legs or keep them outstretched, and gently close the eyes down or soften your gaze. Bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly, and tap into what's happening inside of the body. Notice the heart beating. And notice the belly rising and falling as we inhale and exhale. And take a few breaths here on your own, just observing what's happening inside of your body right now. And scan the rest of the body as well. Notice what's happening in your face. Can you soften the forehead? Soften the jaw and the cheek muscles. Relax the tongue inside of the mouth, letting it lay flat. Allow the shoulders to rest downwards. No need to bring them up towards the ears. Keep the spine straight up towards the sky. And allow the hips to relax towards the ground. Allow the muscles of the legs to also relax towards the ground. And make any adjustments if needed to get more comfortable here. I'll introduce a breathing practice that can help activate the thyroid gland. It's called Ujjayi breath. So you can keep the eyes closed as we learn this practice. You simply breathe only from the nose, keeping the mouth closed. And we will contract the throat in a way that produces a sound similar to the ocean or to a sleeping baby. So on the inhale, it might sound something like this. And the exhale may sound like this. Just creating a gentle constriction in the throat. And this can also help us stay focused on the present moment as we practice. So if you notice that your mind wanders at any point in this practice, come back to your Ujjayi breath and focus on the sound and the sensation of this type of breathing. Now you can flutter the eyelids open, and we're going to begin our practice today with a series of exercises that will warm up our whole body for the practice ahead. They're called Pawan Muktasana exercises, and it means wind releasing poses. So basically we're releasing the air from all of our joints, and we'll start from the toes and work our way up to the head and neck. So you can straighten the legs out in front of you, and keeping the spine up tall, you can support yourself with your hands on either side. We're going to scrunch up the toes and open them. And while doing that, we're also going to roll our ankles towards one direction. Doing this as slowly or as fast as you feel like, and staying really mindful of what this feels like in your ankles and in your body. Notice the sounds of the crackling that might be produced. And now reverse the rotation of the ankle roll. Now come to a still, and we're going to bring the bottoms of our feet together, coming into butterfly pose. So you can hold the feet here, or you can hold the knees as we support them, going up and down, just waking up our knees and our hips. You can also bounce the knees up and down if you want to make this a little bit more fast of an exercise. And the feet can be closer to your body or a little bit further away. This will just change the way the stretch feels. And now we can come to a still, and we'll straighten the legs out again, but this time we'll bring our heels to either edge of our mat or just a little bit wider than hip width distance. And we're going to clasp our hands together, and just like I'm doing here, we're going to lean forward towards first the left foot and then the right. And then we're going to lean back, just gently arching back. And we're going to create big circles, warming up the backs of our legs and our spine, and allowing the neck to be relaxed as we do this. And now reverse the rotation, really tuning in to how this feels in your body today. And now we'll come to a still place and bring the legs in if that feels more comfortable. We're going to move on to our upper body. So we'll point our hands out in front of us and roll our wrists in one direction, just like we did with the ankles. Allowing the fingers to flow freely as well. And reverse the rotation. Now we'll bring our fingers to our shoulders and we'll draw some circles with our elbows first, drawing them outwards. And we can bring the spine into this movement by closing in as the elbows come close together and opening up towards the sky as we open up. Now reverse the rotation. Now relax the hands to the knees, and we're going to draw some circles with our nose. Very slowly, because this is the neck, a sensitive part of the body. We can exhale as we look down, and inhale looking up, incorporating that Ujjayi breath if you want to. And now reverse the rotation. And once you feel done here, make our way to a tabletop position. on our hands and knees. We're going to do some cat-cows. So we'll drop the belly toward the ground, look up gently as we inhale, and exhale as we arch our spine toward the sky and look down towards our belly button. You can make this a more dynamic cat-cow by swaying from side to side or moving in any way that your body would like to, just waking up every area of the spine, neck. You can bring the bottom all the way down to your heels if you want to see what that feels like. Really just listening to your body and moving intuitively for now. Now we'll come back to that tabletop position and we're going to crawl our way forward, keeping the hands where they are, but pointing the toes back towards the back of our mat. We're going to slide into a cobra pose. You can look to me to see how that looks. Keeping the belly on the ground, not using the arm strength so much to hold us up here, but really just using the strength of the chest. And then we will put our knees back down and come back to a child's pose, bringing our hips all the way to our heels and bringing our forehead to the ground. Stretching the arms out in front of us, allowing the knees to go wider if that feels more comfortable. And in your own time, we're going to float between these two postures. So coming out of the child's pose, we're going to slide forward into that cobra pose. And if you want to, you can also straighten the arms and stretch upward more toward the sky, pointing the chest forward and inhaling, really stretching the spine. And in your own time, come back to that child's pose. We'll flow through these two for a few moments in your own time. Just waking up the whole spine and opening the chest here. As you can see, I'm doing this very slowly and I'm tuning into what's happening inside my body. I'm not rushing through. I'm really noticing what's happening and not pushing myself past a point that feels uncomfortable. And next time you come up, we're going to make our way back to a tabletop position. Staying here for a moment, just observing the body. We're going to raise our right hand toward the sky and look up towards it, opening our chest to the right side. And then we're going to thread that hand underneath our standing left hand into a posture called thread the needle. Bringing our right shoulder to the ground, our right ear or right side of our head to the ground if it reaches. Adjusting our head or neck to be more comfortable here. Hips are high in the air, and hips are just above the knees. Feel the deep stretch in the shoulder, in the arm, in the neck. You can play with the positioning of the left hand here, keeping it where it was, or it can come on top of your right hand like a pancake. It can come to your lower back, meaning the palm of your hand would be open to the sky and the other side of your hand would be on your lower back if your arm is that flexible. Wherever that left hand is, we're going to bring it back to the ground where it was, and we're going to come out of this the way we came in. So that Left hand is going to support us in bringing our body up, and the right hand is going to reach toward the sky again. We'll look up, and then we'll bring that right hand to the ground again, coming back to tabletop position. When you're ready, we'll repeat this on the other side, floating the left hand up to the sky and looking up, and then weaving it under our standing hand, bringing the left shoulder to the ground, left ear to the ground, or left side of the head if it reaches. Adjusting as needed for comfort, and keeping those hips above the knees. Toes can stay tucked or they can relax. Fronts of the feet touching the ground, whichever feels more supportive for you. And feel this deep stretch. And when you're ready, we'll come out the same way we came in, floating the left hand toward the sky and looking up, and then letting it slowly come back down to the ground, returning to tabletop position. We're going to keep our knees on the ground, but we're going to come up to standing on our knees position. And we're going to do some gentle twists, so look to me in the video to see what I'm doing. We're going to bring our left hand to our chest and reach our right hand behind us as we exhale, and then shift hands, right hand on the chest, left hand behind us as we exhale. So inhale as we switch and come forward, exhale as we twist and look back. And we'll again do this at our own pace, remembering to exhale as we look back, and inhale as we switch and look forward, exhale as we look back again. This can be a dizzying exercise, so be sure to slow it down or just take a break if you do start to feel dizzy. And now we'll come to a still position facing forward. Relaxing the hands to the sides. Just notice the effort that it takes to support yourself in this position. The way that your muscles contract in your legs and your back to keep you upright here. It actually requires balance. But your body's able to do it without you even having to think about it. Just observe that sensation, observe the heartbeat here. And now we're gonna come to sit on our bottom, and we're going to move into boat pose. So with our feet on the ground in front of us, hands supporting us behind us, we're going to come to our own version of a boat pose. And on the screen, I'm going to show you a few different ways to do it. You can keep the elbows on the ground, keep the hands on the ground, or you can reach your hands towards your knees as the toes point toward the sky. And keeping the chest open, not curling in. Remain here for a few breaths, really challenging yourself. And when needed, take a break. And repeat this again in your own time. Your back can be lower to the ground or more away from the ground if you'd like. It just depends on how much of a challenge you want to have right now. And when you're ready, we'll come to lay on our back, keeping the knees pointing toward the sky and the feet on the ground. We're going to come into a bridge. So we're going to bring our heels close enough to us that the tips of our fingers can touch them. And we're going to raise our hips toward the sky. You can keep the hands where they are, or you can interlace the hands underneath you and wiggle your shoulders closer together and under you to really help your chest open up and help your belly come closer to the sky. Stay here for a few breaths. Be sure to relax the neck, not bring tension where it's not needed. Keep the jaw relaxed and keep breathing. Bringing in the Ujjayi breath. And then relaxing towards the ground. You can windshield wipe the knees side to side just to release the back a bit. We're going to repeat this one more time on our own time. So once you're done taking a break, you can again raise the hips towards the sky. You can lace the fingers together under you and scooch the shoulders closer together. Chin is closing in towards the chest, but we're still breathing. And once you feel you've challenged yourself enough, you can slowly bring your hips back down towards the ground. Again, windshield wipe the knees side to side if you'd like. And then we're going to spread our legs down flat onto the ground. And keeping the left leg straight, we're going to hug our right knee into our chest. Then using the left hand, we're going to guide that right knee towards the left side of the mat, twisting our body. We're going to extend our right hand out to the side in a T position, palm on the ground. We'll gaze toward that right hand to create a full spinal twist. So the right knee might not touch the ground, but it can reach towards it. And if you'd like to give your right knee something to rest on that left side of your body, you can bring in a pillow or a few folded blankets. Breathe here in this twist, which is massaging your internal organs and wringing out your entire spine. Be sure that the hip that's on the ground, the left hip, is relaxed, not tensing up, and that left leg is also relaxed. When you're ready, roll onto your back again and shift to the other side, extending the right leg out long and hugging the left knee into the chest. We'll exhale as we guide the left knee towards the right side of our body, toward the ground, supporting it if needed. And then extending the left hand long away from us in a T position, palm on the ground, gazing towards that left hand. Maybe each exhale will allow you to twist just a little bit deeper, wring out just a little bit more. You can soften the gaze if you'd like, closing the eyes. Keeping the right hip soft on the ground, not tensing it up unnecessarily. And when you're ready, we'll roll onto our backs again and come into our Shavasana. You can bring a pillow to cover your eyes, or a blanket to cover your body. And you can provide support under the knees with a pillow or two so that the small of your back, your lower back, can be flat on the ground and there's no strain in it. Closing the eyes. Take a deep inhale and exhale audibly out of the mouth. Again, inhale big, and exhale loudly out of the mouth. Making any little adjustments in the body to be more comfortable here. We're going to rest here for a few minutes. And in Shavasana, this is where we absorb all of the benefits of the practice that we just did. Giving ourselves a few moments to just rest, to just be. Thoughts may pass through your mind, and that's to be expected. But can we notice the thoughts and just let them pass by, just like clouds in the sky? Not grabbing onto them, not getting carried away, just noticing them, acknowledging them, and letting them pass as they always do. We may get lost in a thought, but once we realize that we're lost, we can just come back to the breath, observing the rise and fall of the belly, or the beating of our heart. Begin to deepen the breath. Wiggle the fingers and wiggle the toes. Coming back to the body. And roll your head side to side, looking towards the left and the right. If you'd like to keep resting, just pause the video. If not, you can roll onto your side, the right or left side, and come into a fetal position. Curling the knees up toward the chest, supporting your head with the arm that's on the ground. And then slowly use your hands to support you to come back up into a seated position. You can keep the eyes closed. In your own time, come back up to a seat. Rub the hands together fast to create some heat. And then bring the palms to the eyes, transferring that warmth and relaxation to the eye muscles. You can massage the face if that feels good. Just preparing to come back into your day. Keeping the eyes closed, we'll bring our palms together at heart center in prayer position. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me and for taking this time not only for yourself but for everyone who you interact with. I hope you take this peace and love that you've cultivated here into the rest of your day. And gently open our eyes and greet each other with namaste. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.